What's going on, guys? Papa Ted's here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, but this time doing something a little bit different. I wanted to try my hand at some lore reading, so the first champion that we're going to look at is Ray, who's one of my favorite champions. And yeah, let's get into it and see what the story behind Ray is about. The Oracles of Slumber are a dark elf sect that offer glimpses of the future, though their visions often beg more questions than they answer. Ray was born into this cult, and as a child, her visions were of things such as when lashing rains would fall or when a ravenous predator might attack. Ray's premonitions were different to the abstract knowledge the oracles possessed. Hers were tangible and real. Ray had true foresight. The oracles feared Ray's gift would make them obsolete, and several of their numbers claimed to see that Ray was a danger to the entire cult. Ray's mother, Masarna, did not need foresight to see what the oracles planned. With instincts alien to most dark elves, she stole her daughter away and ran deep into the wilderness of Durham Forest before the oracles could strike. Masarna took nothing but the clothes on her back and a treasured bone knife, relying on Ray's foresight to guide the pair to safety. Eventually, Ray's dream led them to a hut perched on an endless patch of twisted briars, far away from the reach of the oracles. For years, they were safe. On a day that began like any other, Masarna went to wake her daughter only to find Ray still deep in her dreams. Thinking Ray needed rest, Masarna left their hut to forage alone. When she returned, Ray was still sleeping, her blanket soaked with sweat. Masarna did what little she could, but she was no healer. As dust settled, her panic rose. Ray still asleep, Masarna left her daughter to find help. As Ray slept, she saw everything. Each step Masarna took was a thread weaving into a tapestry of certainty. Her path would lead to her death. In her dream, Ray screamed warning after warning to her mother, who could not hear her. Helplessly, she watched her mothers enter the nearby Canopy Town. She saw the flicker of rose, the notching of an arrow, her mother's eyes as her doom approached. When Ray's eyes opened, she was alone in their hut. Grief swallowed her like a raging fire. She wished for nothing but for this to be a terrible dream. The pain nearly drove her to the brink of insanity. Frustration boiled under her skin, and no screams or tears could set her free from it. She smashed what little furniture they had, threw trinkets they collected over the years against the wall, and pummeled the ground with her fist. Still, the rage at her would not subside. She realized she was the reason they had fled from the oracles. She was the reason her mother had left the safety of the hut, and she was the reason her mother had been killed. Ray only halted when she found her mother's knife. In the throes of her madness, an idea formed in her mind. Her visions were her enemy. She decided to do what she thought in her childlike mind would make it impossible for them to return. She clenched her stomach, raised the blade, and plunged it into her eye, intent on taking the next immediately after. Before the moment the knife's point pierced her eye, Ray received a vision more powerful than she had ever before. In it, she stood among frozen waste, which she knew, somehow instinctively, as the Winterlands, shuddering in its snowdrifts as the towering mountains loomed above. Among flurries of snow were figures, shadows, moving inexorably to an unknown destination. Before she could wipe the snow from her eyes, the vision faded. She lay on the floor of her hut, her hands sticky with blood. A longing overcame her. She had to go back there. She had to see more. She had to know if what she saw was real. Ray left her life behind after blinding her eye, all thoughts of taking the other forgotten. She strode to the nearby Canopy Town, finding the Oracle's assassination dozing fitfully. In one clean moment, she sliced his eye open. To her complete surprise, the vision returned. The wasteland, the white mountains, the figures, a little closer. When the vision faded, the man lay dead before her. Ever since that day, Ray had sought to uncover the mystery of her visions. She had sold her knowledge of the future, paid for a tutelage in dark and ice magic with the funds, and slowly traveled northward. Still bitter from her life of suffering, she is a ruthless being, one who would kill much sooner than talk. She is determined she will know the truth of the beings who walk through Winterland snowstorms. It is the only purpose she has left. Wow, that's quite an incredible read. Hope y'all enjoyed that just as much as I have. I definitely would want more details about Ray's travels. So, is there even more something that kind of explains these visions that she had? Why was she so special? Why was her mother also so special? So, really, really cool lore readings there. If y'all want to hear more lore readings, please like and subscribe to this channel, and we'll talk to you next time. Have a good one. Peace.